There I am. Well, I can't tell. I don't get how do I get rid of that now? Oh my gosh, I swear. There it is. Yes. And why is it so tiny? I guess it doesn't matter.
That's what she said.
I can't see it like normal. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I wanted to give the timer, and then I fucked it up. So, oh my gosh. I got it all set up so I would be ready. Oh yeah, it's working. I got it all set up so good. All right. It's tiny for me, but who the fuck cares? And I guess this is before alcohol. It's tiny for me, but who cares? I don't know what I did. I added a dynamic so I could have a countdown, and my screen is so tiny right now.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I removed the dynamic.
Oh, it's just big.
I don't think it's. See, no matter what I change it to, it gets smaller but not bigger. So weird. Huh? Right?
So click that one.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changes.
Okay.
I have to be able to see the comments.
Can you drag this box this way? Yeah, do that. There you go.
Oh. But then I can't see comments. Oh, now it's normal. Okay. I don't know what I had to do. That was weird.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to talk about tonight, Laura won't let me talk about.
Well, let's talk about why I won't let you talk about that.
I'm not allowed to talk about it because she doesn't want me to have people stalking me, doxing me, and
showing up at your house.
Showing up at my house, because especially now that I live with her.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, Michelle likes to watch a lot of drama YouTube channels.
It's better than any Real Housewives you could ever watch, is to just jump into these drama communities on YouTube.
And that's fine. And to a certain extent, commenting on them in your own videos is even okay. But you have to realize that when you start criticizing one of these YouTube people that they're content creators, Michelle. Yes, have a pretty good following, you're not just criticizing them. When you put that out there, all of their followers, if they decide, I don't disagree with that, or I disagree with what you're saying,
yeah,
they're going to come after you. And some of them might be crazy.
Yeah, I worry about that for some of those people too. I do. I just, it irritated me that one particular person went out there with a holier than thou attitude, mm-hmm. and said that they were doing things for altruistic reasons. My camera has that little FFS again. I gotta go turn some shit off. Said that she was going out there for all these altruistic reasons, and then
is not.
and she's doing things that she said she wasn't going to do, and she is.
Yes.
And it pissed me off.
I get that.
Pissed me the fuck off, because what I want to know is, okay, since you're doing now exactly the reason why you built your channel, are you going to go back and get rid of the content that you created that got you to where you are, where you have all these people now?
Of course not.
See, that's so, my justice boner was like wagging so much today, because I don't give a fuck. Like, I honestly, I think she should have monetized a long time ago. I don't know why she didn't. If I had 3.5 thousand followers or subscribers on my YouTube channel, I would have subscribed or monetized months ago. I wouldn't have just went and said, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart to protect, help, serve, whatever the fuck it is that her content's about that I'm not allowed to say right now. I would have monetized and ate my lunch and been happy. I would have done it.
Yeah.
So to me, like that content should come down.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it doesn't matter what I think, but also the best part to me was watching these little communities that are all sort of tied to one another semi-implode this week. People was jumping off of like, there's a bunch of creators, right? And they all think that they're the reason why another creator is big. So they're talking about, I don't know. Let's just give them names of old Pasco pagans, because it will be easier to do it that way.
Oh,
let's just say that Charles and Tony Osborne, they had a YouTube channel, and they got really fucking big on their YouTube channel, right? And then along came Galen, and he really wanted to
hate this.
He wanted to be a big YouTube creator too. And he jumped on one of their panels one night. And now Charles and Tony are going to help Galen get a bunch of fucking followers, right? But let's say, I don't know, 6 months, a year later, Galen loses his ever-loving mind. And now Charles and Tony decide they're going to talk shit about him because they don't want nobody going to his channel anymore because he's an idiot and he does this and he does that. This is what these people have been doing for the last week. All just like going at each other. And then let's just say that, I don't know, Jansine had her little channel. I'm just pulling names out of my ass now. And she was involved in it too, because she kind of like got some starting parts from Charles too. But then she was like saying some shit about Galen, and Galen heard it. And now Galen's pissed off about that. Now Jansine don't want to fight. I'm tired of this fighting shit, so I ain't going to be a part of that. And then she jumps into Charles or to Galen's channel and says, all I want to do is tell you I'm sorry and I won't ever talk about you again. So, and that's it. That's the extent of what this woman does. Now, she is a target of Charles and Tony.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the risk you run when you fucking talk to people.
With anyone. That's the moral of the story.
Yes.
You can't be friends with anybody because they're all assholes.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're all people. This is the problem. They're all people.
All assholes. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Whenever you got people involved,
it's too people-y.
There's shit bound to happen.
Yup.
Shit bound to happen. And on top of that, you got egos involved. You got differing opinions involved.
Well, I just think that a lot of it is taken way too freaking seriously.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch it, because these people are so full of themselves. Oh my God.
They are kind of full of themselves.
They all think
you have to
their
be,
opinion matters in some way or somehow.
Well, they want it to matter because it probably doesn't matter in very many other places that they are.
Yeah.
But the thing is you have to have a giant ego, and I'm in the group to even want to come out to YouTube and do this. To begin with, right? You do.
Yeah.
You're not just like some wallflower. It's not you going out.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's not Bob going out on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's me. I've been doing this kind of shit forever. We had witches on weed that we were doing. Me and Gwen were doing that shit. You know, I've been throwing myself out there for years. I like the attention. I ain't lying about none of that. And I saw a way I could really capitalize on some of this shit, and she won't let me do it. I hate it.
I'm just concerned, that when you do that, when you go after somebody, even justified, doesn't matter if you're justified or not, when you decide that you're going to criticize somebody that has any type of following, those followers are going to turn on you and they're going to come after you. And if it's just comments on YouTube or whatever, fine, whatever. Even doxing you, not that big of a deal.
Well, I mean, it's easy to figure out where I am.
Yeah. But when a crazy person shows up at your house with a bullhorn screaming because you criticize their favorite influencer or whatever the fuck they call themselves.
Content creators.
Yeah. I'm not going to make a comment about that. But, then it becomes a bigger problem because then it becomes dangerous.
And I get that. I mean, it just...
You just want to do it
so bad.
I know you do.
And I'm good at it. I know I could chew these people up and spit them out because you guys have no idea on YouTube. The people that are looking at this on Facebook know me. I am labeled a habitual offender on Facebook. Like I'm 2 seconds away from losing my Facebook wall because I don't give a fuck. And I say,
well, no, it's not that. It's because you have a problem with Facebook because you have a problem understanding rules, period.
That's not true.
That is true. That is absolutely 1000% true.
What do you mean?
You think the rules are well and good. They just don't apply to you.
It's not true. I am a rules lawyer.
No, Michelle.
No?
No.
Why you say that? I don't believe it.
Because, okay.
I'm just trying to share the video.
You think the rules should be fair.
I do think they should be
fair.
fair.
The rules are not fair. And that's where it trips you up every time.
I know.
Because in your head, you have created this paradigm where if I think it's fair, then it must be okay for the rules. And that is not the case. Because you find stupid shit that other people have posted, and in your head, you think, oh, well, they posted it. It must be okay.
Yes.
And that is not ever the case. Ever.
But here's the thing, okay?
It does not matter if 1,000 people posted it before you did.
But here's the thing. I don't care what this person was posting about. I don't particularly care for the person that she based her channel off of either. I'm fine with that. The thing that irritates me is, what the fuck, dude? Like, how many times? Like, if you looked at the page and saw the content that she's putting out there, it's all with a few exceptions of when she decided to cook a couple of times, about this one person who is very fucking annoying. I totally get it, but that's it. Well, and then you lied and said that you were doing it for altruistic reasons, and you did not.
So here's the thing. This person obviously needs therapy for their obsessive tendencies.
Dude.
But so do you.
Yes, and I'm in therapy.
Yes. So I'm trying to prevent you from A, endangering yourself and others, first and foremost. And B, being a hypocrite, because you will eventually evolve into exactly what you dislike about this person.
But if I can get monetized, I don't care.
Oh, good Lord, help me.
Mama's got to buy some shoes or something, man. I got it. I'm trying to like turn this into something.
Yeah,
I really am.
Well, turn it into something that doesn't involve being your normal pit Yorkie self and going after somebody.
I could hire myself out on
Go
YouTube.
after topics, not people.
That's what I was telling her to do.
Mm-hmm. So don't be a hypocrite about it. Don't go after her. Go after topics, not people.
Gosh, that's going to be so much more work because they just give it to you. Go after the people.
Well, that's why the people that go after topics and not people are respected. And the people that go after people are content creators.
Yes.
That are obnoxious and have, yeah, they have followers and yeah, they make money, but they're not anybody I would want to be.
No, I mean, I get that. And I'm not really.
No, you don't. You're sitting there going, I hate you right now. Why are you destroying my dreams?
I know, right? I have to send the link to Gwen so she can figure out where I'm at. It's not, God. So I guess what I could do. I
can't wait to hear how you're going to talk your way out of this.
I could actually the topic of the wars and the drama on YouTube and give my uneducated opinion on why people are doing what they're doing. I mean, honestly, so we already know because I say that it's true for me that I want attention. So that's one reason why people do what they do on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Some of it is sheer boredom. They don't have anything else to do. The economy sucks. People don't have a lot of money to go anywhere and do stuff. So this is an outlet for them to have people jump into their chats and stuff, and they can have camaraderie with other people. Yeah. When you grow your channel huge, it may feel like a sense of accomplishment where you don't have any accomplishment anyplace else in your life. So that might be a reason why. And fourth, I think that some of us really have no power anyplace else. And so if you start this channel and it becomes a big deal and you have people that are, the minute you hop on, they're seeing your live and they're jumping in there and they're telling you how much they love you and they're giving you $20 here and $2 there and subscribing to your channel and then joining your channel and paying a monthly fee to get some silly ass, like I was looking at somebody else's content, somebody that I really like. And for that $24 a year, you get access to the same shit she's putting out on YouTube first. You could do it for free and not get it first. And I'm sure that in her Patreon, when people are out there, she talks to them more than she talks to the rest of us. I mean, with some of these people, I have access to them outside of YouTube as well. I message some of them personally and we talk.
Yay.
I kind of want to go visit when I'm in New York. I got to find out.
People.
So, it could be And also, I think some of these people have had some serious trauma in their lives.
Well, also, okay. So essentially, what they are, content creators.
They're content creators.
They're entertainers.
Yeah.
And certain people find what they are doing very entertaining.
Some of it is funny as fuck. It really is.
But essentially, what they're doing is just being bitchy gossips.
It's like housewives on steroids.
Yeah, they're just bitching constantly
about other content
about
creators.
Other shit that they don't like or they don't agree with, and whatever. Some people find that entertaining. I find it highly annoying.
You and Bob both. Like, I'm gonna have to have my own room where I can watch my shit without anybody.
Like, it's just like, stop fucking bitching already.
But if they stopped bitching, they would have nothing else to do. I mean,
yeah,
because they ran off. The thing right now, the big problem in some of these other communities is they ran off a person. They got the channel shut down. Granted, I think that the channel probably should have been shut down, but not for the reasons why they got this lady shut down. And so it was almost like a feeding frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got this lady shut down, now they had nothing else to talk about. Because up to that point, it was about what a train wreck this woman was. And then she was gone because they got her shut down. And so they turned on one of their own and went at her. And so now the thing is, who are they going to go after if they get this other lady shut down? So it's like, okay, so you accomplished that goal and you don't have another goal. And so you have to have, I watch them gang up.
I just want to reiterate for anybody that may be listening right now or in the future, I do not care even a little bit, not at all, about any of these content creators. I just don't care.
I don't know that, I'm not invested in them. This is one thing that I learned, and that should make you happy, is when people say stuff to me, like make snide or shitty comments to me, I don't respond to them, and I leave them up on my stuff. I don't care. You say whatever you want to say, but I'm not gonna censor anybody on my page. I treat YouTube with way more respect than I do Facebook.
Okay, hang on. I want to add a caveat to that although she is saying this right this minute about the comments and leaving them up, in the future that might change, and especially if somebody posts something racist or threatening or
I will delete that.
So don't be out there thinking I can just comment whatever I want, and if she deletes it, she's doing something wrong. Because if you post a comment on any of her social media anywhere and it gets taken down, it's because it was
racist, sexist, homophobic.
Yes, it was in some way bigotry or threatening,
right?
Or illegal.
Don't body shame anybody, none of that kind of bullshit. But if you want to say I'm a fucking bitch, I'm all right with that. If you want to say I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm all right with that too. I really don't care. Yeah. I had to learn that from Erin out here, the EKC lady. She was the one who was like, fuck it. Do they know me? No. I don't care if they think I'm stupid or I don't know what I'm talking about or if they think I'm a bitch. I don't care about any of that. They can post all that shit out there because you know what? I don't like everybody either. And that's okay.
So I've been telling you for fucking years not to give a shit about what other people say. And why does it matter to you what they think of you? And some content creator that means nothing, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I learned that from her. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm okay, okay.
Well, she did teach it to me because I was finding myself getting ready to slide right into, like, because I've had people come at me on other creators' pages when I contradicted something they said. And because I didn't want to get kicked off of YouTube, I didn't say anything back. But I was pissy about it. But when I heard Aaron say, I don't care that they can have that opinion, it doesn't mean shit to me. And, just like she said, I know there's people that come into my chat that I don't like. And they probably really don't like me, but I'm not throwing them out unless they do what you just said. Mm-hmm. That kind of shit, or give misinformation, because she was in trying to combat. That's how she ended up on YouTube, was anti-vaxxers, and that was making her crazy. Mm-hmm. And so she went and jumped into that, and then she ended up with her. And now she goes to improv classes so she can learn how to be a comic, which I think is kind of fucking cool too. Yeah. That's why I'm hoping that I don't want her to think I'm too much of a stalker. Oh, Kristen's here. I don't want her to think I'm some kind of stalker, and want to. Kristen, I'm gonna go give it to you in the other chat because I don't want somebody to come up here and try to show me his dick, because that does happen. Yeah, Gwen too. Okay. Do I have to do another one for Gwen? I shouldn't have to, right? I can have more than one person. Mm-hmm. You don't know. You don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
Okay. I see you. I just sent you a link. And I sent one to Gwen too.
I'm starting to feel like Cassandra with you.
No, why would you think that? I don't.
Because every time I tell you anything, you have to get it verified by somebody else.
That's not true. Yeah, it is.
I think I'm suffering from Cassandra syndrome.
Cassandra. That was my cousin's name. Like, why didn't I get a cool Greek name?
You're gonna make a constellation out of me.
I married a fucking Native American, and I didn't get a cool, like.
Do what?
Whose water is that? Is that you? Gwen.
What?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I was looking for lamb chop, damn it.
It was just like a giant wind or water or something. It was crazy. So, why didn't I get a cool name? Why didn't I get a cool Greek name? Why didn't I get a cool Native American name? And it stuck.
Yeah, somebody should have given you one. Why don't you ask his dad?
Why couldn't our last name be something I just keep thinking about the one time that his family was like, oh, I'm hearing echo.
Crap, I'm not.
I don't know, somewhere I'm picking it up.
Hey, Kristen, your walls are the same color as mine used to be.
Oh, yeah, they're been painted this color a long time.
On her home phone, or it was either spotted up
or redone.
It was like one of the first ones.
That would require work.
I'm like, this is your thing. Because there ain't no spotted elks in the Greek family.
Nope. No. Where are you? You in Bradenton?
No, I'm home.
Oh, you're in the office. I see.
No,
I haven't seen.
I'm at Michelle's. This is where I live now.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
That was a good solution. I like that.
Yeah, she made that happen.
Thank you, Michelle.
She was very calculated.
No, it wasn't.
And now she's getting Bob to bring his stuff up to put it in.
Being helpful.
Oh, yeah, you are. It's okay.
God, the
So,
first drink is so hard to drink. It tastes like complete
What?
I
that first,
remember that though. You always go to pop that first beer and you're like,
first
ugh.
one. It's
Well,
so it's just like when I first started drinking
even
Chardonnay.
after three.
Well, after one, it don't matter anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Used to
I
the
choke
taste.
down.
Why does it
That
say over here I'm on stage? That's weird.
Yeah,
you're
it
up on,
says it on mine too.
yeah, because you're on the video. People can see you and hear you.
Ooh, scary.
Just you
And then
guys though, right?
Glad I took a shower
anybody
this week.
who rolls anybody who rolls through YouTube will see it.
Anybody who throws through YouTube, oops. Why didn't you tell me that? Why'd you tell me that crap before I did this?
Why? What's
My
the matter,
God. All my autoimmune is showing.
dude? My lip wax and it's all breaking out and shit. So I don't want to do
Yeah,
nothing
it's pretty
about
bad. Oh, yeah.
it. I went to we went and got our toes done,
Mm-hmm.
and then I decided to get my lip and my eyebrow waxed, and now like all the little ingrown hairs are popping out, and my obsessive compulsive thing is just like scrape all of that off. No,
So, so, are-
No, it's gonna fall off.
What's gonna fall off?
Her lip.
Your lip?
yeah, because I'm scraping off the the
Oh,
ingrown hair
I
things.
gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, I just looked in
You
the
see,
mirror
you see
today. I
my
need to
toes?
bleach my mustache. It turned brown on me. Now I look like an old
Yeah,
lady.
So this is on your YouTube page thingy, right?
and it's on Facebook too on the Live Life Whimsically page.
Oh, I'm telling everybody about my mustache. Okay,
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you
it.
guys live.
We get them at this age. What the
I'll
hell?
say we all have them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have more facial hair than a pubescent boy.
Oh, please. I top you on that. Down with these sideburns I have all down my face. I've had my whole life.
Like you can't grow. I can't grow any. Like my eyelashes are thin. My eyebrows are thin. But
Yeah.
God the hair on my lip and my neck grow.
Oh, that stinks.
So, like, we're inviting the whole world to just have, like, a pajama party and do whatever.
I
Okay.
guess.
Well, that's positively cool.
And this is how Michelle was
I
trying to
guess.
talk me about different things that I was going to get in trouble for.
Eh. Can we smoke?
Well, why would that matter?
I
It's
didn't
legal.
know. Yeah, I know, but I just didn't know if it was cool on, like, public Facebook and shit. I don't know. I guess because Snoop Dogg does it. I
Dude,
don't
I've
give a
been
shit.
smoking weed on Facebook for
I
so
haven't looked.
long.
I haven't looked at any of the freaking rules or nothing.
What are they
What
going to
is
do?
this EV Mux or whatever it is?
That's my platform that I go
Yeah.
live from, so I can stream in two places at once.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking into that, but I'm not gonna be doing that yet. I don't think.
If you're going to stream in more than one place, it's cool.
Yeah, I guess
Otherwise,
if I end up talking to somebody.
you can do it from Facebook alone, and you can do it from YouTube alone. You don't really need it, but I like to go to both places because what I was doing before was then downloading the video and then uploading it to YouTube. And but you can't get followers if you're live out here. You know, I finally got 71 now. 71, 29 away from 100. I'll just fall over when that happens.
Oh, great. Well, I'm gonna get my thing moving along. I'm gonna do like uh the anti-inflammatory recipes and stuff. Just gonna like just do them and critique them. So so people who want to figure out, is this anti-inflammatory thing good? Does it taste good? You know, like when I made that fig shake the other day, I was like, that was pretty thick. It was more like almost like a milkshake rather than. And every time I make something like that, I think of you because you would drink it.
It would be so gross. There's no way.
It tasted good. It
I
was just
made
really thick, like a milkshake.
I made a taco casserole last night, and it called for Rotel tomatoes. And I put them bitches in the blender, blended them up, and then put it in the taco casserole because otherwise I would just pick them all out.
Because they're mushy and chunky.
Yeah, dude, I don't think it's so slimy. It slides down your throat. You guys up in
Not commenting on that.
Missouri made the chili that night for the party. You remember the chili? She bought chunky tomatoes that night too. There was something, I can't remember the name of them.
Party? I mean, there were only like 50,000 of them.
We were in St. Louis.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually got to see her this year, or last year. So.
She had those tomatoes were called chili ready tomatoes. But when she bought them in the grocery store, I was like, oh, fuck, shit, goddamn. She's going to put all of these chunky ass tomatoes into this chili. And I got to smile and eat it. So I was fucking freaking out all day long. And then when we ate the chili, the tomatoes were not chunky at all. So they were cooked down enough that I actually, when I threw cheese and I threw the crackers and shit in there, you couldn't even taste them. And those bitches were delicious. And I looked at trying to order some of them, and they were like $50 for a case. So expensive.
Wow.
Now I need more Provel cheese because I ate it all. So I might have to have some cheese and some tomatoes.
It's all you, baby.
Cheese and some Cheetos.
All you. Well, I gotta make a tzatziki. I'm making a chicken Slovaki something with tzatziki.
The first time I made tzatziki, I couldn't eat it because I saw myself make it and it grossed me out so bad.
Yeah,
what?
It gets liquidy once you blend it.
You have to squeeze out the cucumber.
Oh yeah.
I made this tzatziki sauce and I couldn't eat it because I saw myself make it.
That's why I would.
How that is.
I guess that's a good thing you weren't in the kitchen half the time I was cooking for you.
Oh no!
Oh gosh! Oh, here it is. Chicken Slovaki with tzatziki sauce, and all it is just chicken and green peppers or bell peppers of any sort, really. And I can't read in the dark.
I don't like bell peppers either if they're cooked.
What?
No, unless they're very big.
That one.
The only time that I can eat them is if you put them in the crock pot in this whatever you're cooking it and leave it in there for like 8 hours so that you can't see them anymore.
So are you on a different channel when you do the real estate talking stuff? Nope. Or is it on this one? Okay. I didn't know if you were keeping it together or what.
That's
my phone go.
It's whimsy. Whatever whim comes across my mind is what I talk about.
Right.
That makes it easy to have no format.
I can throw my phone. I should get this camera back a little bit. I need to start learning camera crap.
Camera crap.
Crap. I mean,
Camera.
What'd you say, Kristen?
Got to at least have a stable.
Nothing important. Just switching the words around.
I get used to. It's better when there's people to talk to. When you're trying to do
when you have people to talk to.
Just trying to do a video is like, I don't know how all you guys do it out there in YouTube land, but I'm getting used to it, I guess. It's just like, I mean, as a Sagittarius who's got, crazy anxiety and shit, my whole life I was like alone. I played alone out in the woods when I was a kid, back in the 70s, they just threw you out of the house. So.
That's true.
Oh no, I wasn't allowed in the house all day long. I was roller skating. I was down at the Baptist church at the end of our street with the bicycle and the roller skates. And then when I got tired of doing that, I loved it because they had just repaved it all. It was really cool. But then there was pine trees, like a section of pine trees, and it was like cleared out underneath. So it was all pine needles and pine trees next to the parking lot. And I used to just sit there talking to nobody. I guess in my mind I was talking to God. I don't know, but I was just talking to myself about what I was doing and what was going on. And so I still do that. So I'm
I
all
do that.
fucking alone.
You do that because you were
Cooking my food and I'm teaching nobody what the fuck I'm doing.
That's because you were by yourself. You didn't even, you didn't really do much with your brother. It's almost like being an only child. My mom said I was talking nonstop all the time in my room.
Yeah, because you have to have somebody to talk to if nobody's engaging with you. Our parents never engaged with us unless it was come to dinner or go clean your fucking room. That was funny.
I was talking to everybody. Talking to myself, talking the poor dogs.
I talk to my animals too.
My cats.
I beauty shop with my fucking dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, I dress them up, and like I had those baby doll nightgowns, and I would put my dog in the fucking baby doll nightgown. And my dad got this. There was this liquor called Brass Monkey, and he sold a bunch of it. And he got a necklace with a brass monkey on it, and I put that around the dog's neck. And then I paint her toenails and shit, all these crazy colors. And then I would get Christmas bows, and I would take the thing off so that the adhesive part would be there. And then I put those on her head to make it as a tiara. And then I would put her in the corner of the couch. And my parents had a cigarette box that played Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. And I would wind that bitch up and open it up and put the dog in the corner, and she had to sit in.
Jeez.
But dude, let me tell you this. The dog was like Pavlov. If anybody would open up that box, and that song would start playing, the dog would run, get up on the couch and get in the corner and sit up.
That's weird.
Yup. I taught her that.
You scared the hell out of her.
Oh, dear.
The poor dog. My mom was like, "Are you doing that to the dog again?" There's all kinds of pictures of her like that. When we go move that shit out, you'll see pictures of my dog in the dress with the clothes on.
Try not to traumatize my dog.
No, they can't sit upright. Their bodies are weird. I want to be eagle, Are you saying my dog's bodies are weird? It's very weird. They could not sit up in the corner like that. They would be so uncomfortable. Not like the beagle.
I like when cats sit up.
Like meerkats?
Well, my cat.
Oh,
kitty
meerkats.
But, yeah, actually, cats stand up like
prairie dogs.
That's, Ivy, Lydia's cat, does that. She'll sit up, and she looks like she's begging, like a little prairie dog or a meerkat. She's so cute. I miss her so bad. She
it's going to rain, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to rain.
So,
because my house is sticky as hell. My hands are sticky.
Did you see my foot picture I put up on Facebook?
No,
with your new toenails?
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
I just been posting on my own page today. I haven't gone out to
manicure toenails.
I was told that I could start an OnlyFans with my feet.
You should. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was actually talking about that the other day, is that there are foot fetish people.
Yeah. And
there are a lot of them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You need to.
Fucking Cat Kells is like, you need to stick it in some chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Disgusting, but
they will though. They'll tell you. They'll ask you to do
I'll
stuff.
do it in coleslaw.
Oh my god.
I'll stick my feet in coleslaw.
And you charge them.
Yep. I would even stick my foot in dog food and let a dog eat it off there while they videotape that so that people can watch that. That's the money shot right there.
Oh god.
Of course, when I did stuff like that over the phone back in the day, I got the stupid weirdos. That was awful.
That was the funniest fucking
That was the worst. I can't believe those people.
She's pouring water in the toilet while the guy's on the phone making him think she's peeing.
He literally wanted me to pee and poop. And it was actually a poop. He had this poop fetish.
The toilet to make the poop sound.
Bananas, they told me. The other girls were telling me to take bananas and plop it into a bucket of water.
Oh,
It was
God.
terrible. It was like, why do I get the
Funny
freak?
as fuck. Are you kidding?
He wanted me to stain up underwear and mail it to him.
Fuck
Ew.
that. I'll mail somebody my underwear. They want to see some stained up shit. I got
But
a fucking peel. I'll
gross.
stain that shit right.
No, that was
Send it
just
over.
gross. I mean, you can't send fecal matter through the mail. That's so
Why
gross.
some lady sells her farts in jars and sends them to people?
Does she
Oh
really?
my
Yes.
God. They make money?
I am so
It
glad
is.
that all I do is
See,
look
this is
for
a good idea
trolls.
to attack if you selling my farts in a jar. Letting dogs eat food off my feet.
Hi,
I could
Felix.
let your dogs eat food off my feet. Oh my god. Dirty dachshunds. Holly, would you eat food off my feet? Let's put
I'm
the butter
not
on
kidding.
and eat them right off.
It would, yeah. It's funny now, and then you actually go to do it. It'd be funny as hell. You'd be like Veronica and Kevin on Shameless, just shamelessly
Oh, that was
whatever.
fun too. That was really funny.
That was hilarious. She's just like whatever.
Felix. My cat's adventurous tonight.
Oh, what's he doing or she doing?
He's up on the piano. He did this last
See
week in
that?
the same spot just to make me mad, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
he
afraid they'll
knows
knock
you're busy
the
and busy.
crystal lamp off.
Oh
Oh well.
yeah. Don't let him do that.
Oh, he will.
I have to find out how to mute this thing when I
So
call.
when did I tell you I was going to see Karen Strayer?
You're
You
going to
what?
see Karen?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
March
cool.
13th.
You're going to Canada then? Or is
We're
she
gonna,
Oh,
in?
that's
she
right.
told me to bring my passport. She's going to take me over.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. I don't have a passport.
Me neither.
I was on my
She
mother's.
said you don't really need the passport to get out, but you kind of
No.
get back in.
Yeah,
No, that would be the
kind of.
problem.
It's going to be fun. I haven't been up there ever, but she wants to sell her house, and so that weekend, that weekend she's going to have me come up. Well, that week I'm going to go up there and I'm going to interview the agents, and then
Oh, okay,
get
good.
a referral off of it, and she sells the house, and then she comes down
Let me
to
see
Florida to
that.
buy something.
Where
But
is she coming back down or?
she wants, I think she wants a winter house down here, and then she's just going to buy something smaller up there because it really doesn't matter where she lives because Barry works in Israel. So he
Holy
has,
moly!
yeah, he comes
I
home
was
for like 2.5 or 3 weeks, and then he's out there for 6 weeks. He worked his way up on in Shell. He was out on the rigs for a long time. You know, like a couple of times during
yeah.
the when the rigs caught on fire and shit, we would like be freaking out because we didn't know if it was his. And she'd have to wait sometimes days to hear if he was it his rig that caught on fire. But now
Oh
Wow.
gosh.
he's in Israel and her shell there, and so that's what he does, and she's digging it because she has time without him, and then he comes home and then he goes away again. Both the boys are I think
Well,
gone. I think Duncan lives in because I think he's going to
you're
school.
telling everybody's personal details all over YouTube. We forget sometimes, I think.
The one kid, yeah, they have dual citizenship, so the boys do.
That'll
I
be
was
fun.
going to have her adopt Steven so that he could have dual citizenship too. When I thought Trump was going to put us in a war,
Oh, rest, we wouldn't have a chance. No, you can go to the UK for 6 months on a tourist visa and stay for 6 whole months, but you can't do it consecutively. Like you can go, I mean, you can go 6 months, but you can't like just extend it and stay another 6 months on a tourist visa. You have to leave, and then there's a time period, and then you can go back again.
just the UK, or could you like go to
Just-
Paris if you wanted to
I
instead?
don't, I don't know about any of the other countries. You have to have a visa to get through every country.
Well,
So, because Ewan McGregor and Charlie, when they went around the world, they had lots of problems getting stamps and getting the right documents and visas just to go across from border to border. You
So
have to
this is
get.
why we can't leave the country to go live someplace else. That's except for the fact that I have a property in Greece. That's his property that I could go stay there, and plus that island is all my family.
Yeah, if you make a connection with someone, you could probably do that if
You know,
that's
I
how
could
that
live in one
culture
of
works.
those countries, but if I had to live somewhere else, that's where I would go.
It would be a nice place. If I had to move somewhere else, I'd probably end up going to Wales or Sussex.
Well, first we have to get our house in St. Louis.
Yeah, did you ever decide if you're gonna do
I'm gonna stop this.
what was it, Baldwin or O'Fallon?
So Michelle is the one that is making all of these executive decisions.
Well, good.
I want to live downtown.
I'm glad you're going with the flow.
I sit down by the loop, you know,
U City.
What's that one part?
Tower Grove, by Tower Grove Park.
That's where Jory had a house.
Dory had one there.
You know, she still does actually. Imani, her son,
we've been looking at property
there now.
Well, first we were looking by Forest Park.
Forest Park, yeah.
First we were looking around there, and then you saw a YouTube video that had some streets
by Tower
Grove, and they just have like a really cool vibe there with, you know, like there's a lot of restaurants and shops.
Yeah, and it's all walking distance too.
Yeah, it's a very walkable area, and it's a really cool neighborhood vibe.
They had stores and every coffee shop, and the only thing, you know what we can't find that there was an abundance of when I lived in St. Louis? Mediterranean stores. Like, I don't think the feta thing is starting to freak me out a little bit. Like, am I going to be able to get feta? Because, you know.
Have they moved out? A lot of moved out of the area,
well,
or
everybody that was doing it when I was a kid, and they were my family, and they're all dead.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
That's what I'm thinking too. Well, I really do like University City. I do like U City, but I like the Central West End is nice too. You just got to be. Here's the thing, and this is no offense because I want to live there, Kristen, but that part of St. Louis, I think in another year or so the prices on those houses are gonna go down so low.
Where at?
Pretty much anywhere outside of probably where the Forest Park area is, because those houses right there are always expensive.
Yeah.
But I think anyplace else in the metro area, because really when we were looking at it, me and Michelle were just like, look at how easy it is to get everywhere. You know, like you guys think it's a long
just try to find a grocery store.
I don't know, dude. You guys have to drive far to get to everything, but we're looking at the highway system, and we're like, fucking, you should see what it's like here. You're far away from everything. It takes me almost an hour to get to fucking Clearwater.
And that's also why we were looking at the area we were, because I can't move back to a rural area.
No, we don't want to do that.
Oh, really?
A rural area. It's suburban.
I mean, but Laura's house was almost like in the woods.
Well, she's in fucking Pacific, Missouri. It's a small town.
Yeah, but you're also shit. You know, it was crazy. It's close to a lot of shit. They take like literally when we were leaving. I was trying to think about like we got on Highway 40 to go back across the river, and I was like, and they say it takes so long, and I'm like, this is easy, and everybody knows how to drive. They don't act like idiots on the fucking highway. It was, I don't know.
Well, you know how it goes. If you want to do it, you're going to have to take about a week and stay up there in the area you want to stay at and actually drive those highway systems to see if they're as nice as what you think they are.
Until I was getting the divorce, we were going to go up in April. Her and I were. But I don't know that I can afford that right this minute. So
we might have to do it more in the summer.
So then you can see how brutal it can be because the summer in St. Louis is
Been
bad
in Florida
news.
for 20
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
Well, maybe so. I don't know. It's pretty fucking bad though.
Yeah, because you're inland and there's no breeze.
We could go to Ted Drew's
That's true.
and just stand there and eat frozen custard.
Okay.
I like Fritz's better.
I've not had Fritz's, but the Ted Drew's thing is like, that's the only thing I did. Well, I didn't get a Carl's hot dog this time, and I didn't get.
Felix, no.
I love freaking Carl's hot dogs.
But you did White Castle, yeah?
Fucking yeah, that was the first place I ate. As soon as we got into Illinois, when we got further enough into Illinois where there was a White Castle, we stopped. And I made Bobby eat them, and he was like, that was not what I thought it was going to be because all I did was talk that up, and he'll still eat them frozen out of the box. I won't even buy them like that.
Yeah, they're not the same.
No, it's not the same. That's what I told him.
Trying to find my cord so I don't like just shut off all of a sudden. Laptop city.
So I guess tomorrow we have Downton Abbey.
Yeah, that was bright.
Uh-oh. I'll be right
What's
back.
tomorrow?
Right there.
Bye.
It's in the
I'm
calendar.
coming back.
Did you know that, or did you forget?
What are you talking about?
Downton Abbey.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
Yes.
I didn't know what you were saying. You were still talking about St. Louis, so I thought you were talking about that still.
Well, everybody walked away.
Bye. Yeah. 7 o'clock is when I get off of work now.
Okay.
When the time changes, if they decide to let the time change again, who the hell knows?
Is it in already?
No, I'm just saying when the time does change, if they don't decide, I mean they put it into like it was elected upon, it was decided upon, yes, that we weren't going to change our clocks, and then they like didn't do it.
No,
I guess I didn't make a final vote on it or some shit.
No, it's just how it works when we vote for shit. I don't know what happens. It's just like how it took with cannabis, the same way.
Well,
Yes.
thank God for that, or I wouldn't be able to walk.
I know. Well, Bob would be killing people. He's still in the chair, Michelle.
Um. Oh yeah. So yeah, but if they do change the time, then my cutoff time goes to 8 because it goes by the UC time.
I took all my tests. I told you that they put me in that platform thing that Arise. I passed all my tests.
Yay!
So I'm gonna start. I have a class. While I'm at fucking Karen's, I got 2 hours every day while I'm up there. I got to go to class and take hypothetical calls so they can see how I do, and also I can learn the system.
Yeah.
I'm not on video with these calls. There's some Arise where they want to see you,
Mm-hmm.
but not this one. It's all medical rides to the doctor or the hospital or whatever. So it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You could work if you want to. I told them I only wanted to work 15 to 20 hours a week. I may work more on the side, but
Right.
and it's $50 an hour, so that's not bad.
So they're not requiring you to be on a hardwired connection. Like, you can be on wireless.
I can be on wireless, and I can use my headset.
So you can connect into a virtual dialer and all that though, right? It's secure.
Yeah, I think that's what happens, and you just sit there and put your headset on and wait for the call to come through.
Right. That's what we did at the survey centers. So you might be able. I mean, you might be able to just work anywhere you go. You might be able to work like even when you go to festivals if you want to make a few bucks.
We talked about that.
Quiet.
Well, I just go in the van. The
Yeah.
van's soundproof, so I could go in the van and I just tell Bob to make sure nobody messes with me.
Hey, or you can hang a sign.
No, I could do that too. Yep. So mostly people are. We don't camp and drum camp anymore because we don't want to be around all the drummers all the time. So we kind of go off to the side by ourselves. Oh yeah, because if you're in drum camp, it's Michelle had to camp at drum camp.
You don't have to say anything. Remember, I went to FPG.
Well, yeah, but you weren't in drum camp.
No, that's true. I had my little my sweeties in my tent with me.
drunk camp. Michelle was walking around calling everybody dirty hippies. Goddamn dirty hippies.
Well, hell, all you gotta do is, take one look at Gwen's feet and got a stereotype for the rest of the group. I don't know, I just made that up.
Yeah. But people are like starting to, we're getting older. So Beazle and Devon now with not always, well, the last time they came with a tent, which really surprised me because like 3 or 4 times before that, they had rented an RV and they had them bring the RV and set it up for them so that all they had to do was drive their car in and, come up to the RV.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the RV of fun. And everybody was going in there and I was like, that's not bad. Thanks. Have a nice night. But this time they came with tents, and they had these blackout tents. Oh.
Those are nice.
Completely black inside the tent. But I said to Beazle, I'm like, yo, isn't it hot in there? Like, you have to keep everything all zipped up. Weren't you hot? But I guess it was December, so not really. Yeah.
No.
But in the summer, it would be hot.
Yeah, that's why most people camp in the early spring or late fall or over winter campers because it's just too hot to be in an actual tent.
I'm looking so forward to fucking Hawk Fest. I cannot wait.
Another one? They do another one?
Yeah, they do it twice. This one is at the end of February, the 23rd.
Is it still in Lakeland?
Yep. Yep, it's super fun because it's just a drum dance festival. It's not really a pagan festival.
It's when?
The last, what did I tell you? Like the 23rd?
Of what month?
Of February.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the week after Stephen's birthday. So the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and the 26th. Usually we don't get out there till Friday, but I'm sure that's the week because it's going to be Bob's birthday, so he's going to want to go Thursday. He might even want to go Wednesday night so that we can be all set up and get stupid.
Are you guys going to North Carolina in May?
Well, he's going up to see Chris tomorrow to put solar panels on the van.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm sure. Chris is already trying to get us up there.
I know he's
already said
already today.
That there's all this land and room and shit up there, and if we wanted to come, we could.
I know.
So did John and Julie they have Tennessee. They have property in Tennessee, and she's been saying, "Why don't you come up and visit us?" I think we need to do that. I want to do that road trip. I also want to go back to Savannah in the worst way.
I have to wait to do all those things as soon as I accomplish this mission of getting a piece of property next year, I hope. I'm hoping that the market will pull through all the way through the fall. It probably should. Once it falls, it takes a couple years to recover, so.
Let me just tell you that I don't know how long it's going to take because I talked to an investor today. They were calling me about the house in Windmill, which he sold again to another investor. I can't wait to see what this closes. So I don't have to list that house. But whatever. It was going to be hard to sell, and it's not killing me that I didn't get it. But
most are saying March to May of 2024.
Well, let me tell you about this creative fucking financing. So now we just look at the real estate. You guys got me down that road.
FHA just did what they did.
So he said to me, because we were talking about Rich too with the house in Brandon. But he said, so what I could do is I could get them the equity that they needed out of their house. Mm-hmm. And then they would ultimately hold the mortgage. And then I would pay them as long as I could rent it for more than what I owed them. So like he would give them.
You're talking about buying this?
No, that's what this investor was telling me today.
He wants what?
He said, I will give them a chunk of their equity up front. Mm-hmm. And then I'll go in and fix the house up. And then I will make payments to them for the rest of the money that I owe them for the house. If I can get a renter in there that will pay me more than what the mortgage payment is and some money for myself. Plus I'll pay the closing costs and you and I can negotiate an amount that, you want to get paid. So and I said, so what happens if you default? And he goes, well, they get the house back because they own the title. And then he said, he said, and if it's more than like if like for like in let's just say in Jen's case, they have 100 and something thousand dollars in equity, so he would pay them. But they would negotiate a price of like 130 because the house needs work, right? But they have 100,000 in equity, so there'll be like two mortgages where he's paying for the actual price of the house, and then he's giving them the $100,000. And I said,
Okay.
well, but what if you default on both of those things? I said, do you have any kind of insurance or anything on your business so that if you fucking go away, then they get their money? And he goes, no, they just get their house back. And I'm like, how are they supposed to go anywhere? Because now they still have the mortgage, right? Because you're the bank, not.
No, don't do that.
No, it's crazy. But you know who
It's
I'm
a
thinking
really
about?
bad idea.
I'm thinking about going after the tax people that they owe taxes, and then hitting them up and saying,
Yes.
if you have enough, if you own your house, but you can't make that tax payment, he can give you enough money to get the fuck out and go someplace else.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking if I was going to do tax liens, because you can go in and get tax liens for like 2 or 3 thousand or whatever they owe on it, right? And
And
you
he
hold
does.
on to it, and that because it has to be paid. That's the first thing that has to be paid when that piece of property is sold. So you have to actually, you do want to go out and check the property and make sure something that's going to be sold
Dude,
or
they own
somebody's
the
going to
house
pay on it.
outright. Let me just tell you, if they own the house outright, all they got to do is pay the taxes, and they can.
Right, but the thing is you're not trying to get the house. That's not the point. The point is to make an interest because every state sets an amount of interest. In Florida right now, it's 18% interest on a lien. So if you go in and pay their lien and you're holding on to it for 2 years and then they come in and pay it, they have to pay that plus the interest. I own the lien. They're paying that to me.
Well, what he wants to do is take the house from the people and then turn around.
No, I would never do that. I would give people chances to do
Well,
that.
but the thing is what
I'd
that
help them get it back.
the what it means is that this is the beginning of the bullshit. Okay, the stuff where the bottom is going to fall out.
Yeah,
That's what this is, because they're looking at, because there are already people from 2020 that are upside down on their mortgages. There's like a several 100,000 just in Florida right now that are upside down because of what they purchased when they did in 2020.
yeah.
So, and he also said I would give a balloon note, like of 5 years on that 100 grand that I would have to
That's
pay you or
so
get refunded.
risky.
It was crazy to me because I said to him, but my guy needs to buy a house. How is he going to go buy a house when you're going to give him $20,000 up front of whatever equity he has? And then he's supposed to go somewhere and try to buy a house. But he's got this mortgage that he's still responsible for. And he said, well, if you can show on paper that I'm making the payment, then he shouldn't be held responsible for the mortgage and pay the mortgage. But meanwhile, you move out of your house. I would never do that.
No, it's still titled to them. They're responsible.
And that's what would happen unless you owned the property outright. Because I
Right.
used to be my Dean's mom. What in the 80s, she won the house in the divorce, and the house was paid off, and she sold that house 3 fucking times because she held the mortgage every single time. And she had like an assisted living facility, went in there and they gave her like 40 or 50 grand up front. And then they were going to get all the payment. And that's what he said. But then I'm making payments. So if I make payments and I give him 30 grand and then I default, but he made all that money off of me anyway.
Mm.
So that's how you know the shit. And that's what my cousins did. Jim and Christine, they fucking bought all these.
Jim?
My cousins, not Jim Mayrose, but my cousin
Oh.
Christine, the fucking bitch head. Anyway, her and her husband took a bunch of money and bought all these little shit fucking box houses and then turned around and sold them and held the mortgage for all of these people to buy these houses, knowing that they didn't qualify for them,
Calling them out.
and took them back when these people defaulted and sold them like 4 times.
You just called them out, baby.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yikes.
Wow.
It ain't nothing I didn't say.
No, it's not something she hasn't said to their faces in the first
Right
place.
to
You
their
are
faces.
correct. You are correct.
Just I don't know how many people are really watching this.
Well, first of all, she ain't on the Facebook page.
Not anymore.
Well, there you go.
But she is a real estate agent with Arthur Ruttenberg, so
Is this one of your Greek relatives? You're saying
it is.
Well, you know the community. You know, one person hears this.
Here's the one thing, though. The Greek community that I would even be remotely plugged in is in Tarpon Springs, and they're like the elites in Clearwater. Plus, this one is a born again Christian, so she don't even go to the Orthodox Church.
Okey-doke. Not like the St. Louis connection.
I don't even think a Jewish person would do something like that to somebody. They make money honestly.
That was a borderline racist comment.
That was really
wasn't. I've said we have two really close friends that are Jewish, and they say the same thing. The Jewish family on Facebook has had people on their Facebook page saying the same kind of thing.
Yeah, but
very
Jewish.
Honestly, that's not the way I meant it. All right, kick me off then. I don't care. I didn't mean it that way. You know who I am.
I know you did.
I do.
But I think if you say the stereotypical.
Yes, okay. I'll reframe that. You could say it that way. Yeah. The stereotypical way that people think that way is that it's you honestly treat people. You don't do things like that.
Get back what you give out, so you better be good.
Right.
Japanese people wash their paper towels and hang them up and dry them and use them again.
Did somebody say that?
Oh, come on. Who does that?
I've never heard that.
I fucking do that.
Oh.
Ziploc bag the other night. We had food in a Ziploc bag, and I was like, well, this is still good. And I rinsed it out and hung it upside down.
I do that.
Pull out the paper towel roll just to dry my hands. I spread it out and let it dry so I can wipe the counter.
I put them up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Kind of crumbled up there, and I use them again later. Yeah, I do that.
My thought was just
like on family.
You're using it to scrub around.
She was
and it gets all gnarly and nasty.
Well, they were like, you waste.
That's the picture I had in my mind.
I'd never heard that before.
But
not as a stereotype.
What the other Michelle's saying, I understand that. I just had a different picture in my mind. So,
Well, what you guys think of my
the Libra's gonna change the fucking subject.
Of course.
Gotta
take Gwen's foot out of her mouth.
Well, I don't know if they saw that. Did you see yourself organizing yourself spreadsheet? That was too much like math for me. I didn't look at it.
It's nothing like
there's no like what to you?
I don't know. It just freaked me out.
I can't hear you, Michelle. For once, you're like the most quiet person on. Your microphone must be far away.
No, it's because we're just going off on my laptop, and I'm loud.
Yeah.
Bob yelled at me the other night. He was like, "Oh my God, why are you so loud?"
I'm trying to tell her she's like the softest voiced one here.
I said I'm loud because I'm old.
Can you hear me though, Kristen?
I can hear you. I just don't see you.
Oh no, she don't want you to see her. That's why she ain't on camera.
I'm in my.
Oh no.
I am too.
Yeah.
Me, I've been the worst I've looked all day. I haven't slept in like.
Oh my God! The look on your face is like, don't even try it, bitch.
Oh.
Look, I'm wearing my college sweatshirt. The Bears.
I'll go to college. I want a Normandy T-shirt. Can you make that happen, Kristen?
I'll have to hit up some folks and see if there are any out there. I mean, beat the bushes and find out if they even have them.
You know what really makes me sad is I had a letter jacket from Chorus, and I don't know what the fuck I ever did with that. I wish I still had it. Probably wouldn't be able to fit my fat ass in it now, but
I still have my swim team shirt. It just had Fox's Ferocious Few because there was only 9 of us, and we would go to these swim meets with schools that had like 60 to 80 people on their team, and there was 9 of us. So like I would have to swim like 6 events.
I'm so glad I didn't have to go to swim.
freshman year I did it. Sophomore year I was like, you know what? Y'all can fold. I'm not doing the IM medleys where you have to swim every stroke and do, whatever. I was like, just because I can swim the strokes doesn't mean I want to do it.
True that. I have to go make a drink. BRB.
You go.
I'm gonna take myself. I'm just gonna take myself off the camera while I go do this.
You go do that. Holla.
Oh gosh, leave the awkward ones on the.
I hate when
other Michelle has to talk.
Well,
just
Michelle should talk. I'm all awkward now, man.
When she goes and does
I'm too naive about life.
Oh, bullshit.
Shit, obviously. I'm gonna be trolled now for the rest of my days.
Well, have you checked in, Cherie? Have you checked in with your Brooksville? Is it Brooksville where you live?
Yeah, I'm in Brooksville. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we should say where we live, but
I don't care.
If you've checked with that guy that always goes to that manor or the house, have you looked in on that group at all?
Oh yeah. No, I had to put everything on pause when my grandson came to live with me for 18 months, and I lost, kind of sucked my soul out of me. So.
Yeah. Well, that's how it is with kids.
Holy moly, raising a 2-year-old to 4, it was a chore because, potty training and all. Michelle knows I almost went nuts.
Like all the way in that.
I had to. What was I going to do?
I mean, I'm just saying you invested yourself so far in there. Like I just
Did I?
I remember raising my kids, and I had 3. And I just remember it was like hell. I loved it. But I just remember I never knew where my ass was. Was it up, down? Because the girls were so like busy. Like anytime I turned around, like Rex would always be where he was supposed to be. He was quiet. He played like on a blanket if you put him there. And as he got older, he just played video games. He got addicted to all those. But the girls, every time I turned around, like the house, something got, exploded or.
Well,
I live and cry in the shower.
He was 2, and he has to be looked after. And you gotta have watch him all the time. And we don't.
That's when they drove me crazy.
We didn't have to really childproof. My son did the one little hand smack when Oliver was tiny and grabbed something that was dangerous and almost pulled it down. So we just smacked his hand real quick to draw his hand back, and that was the only time he ever had to do that. And he never touched anything else that wasn't a toy after that.
Yeah.
And then they went through a tiny phase where he started going and wanting to touch and say everything was his. And I just kept going out on. I didn't, parenting is different now. So I was like, I want to
beat him.
Right. And after all of my stupid trauma, and yeah, that's true. And after all my stupid crap that I went through, I wanted this poor kid. What is she laughing about?
I'm just looking at Michelle's face. That's all.
Oh, okay. So I'm just like
turning red. It was hard.
It was just really hard. It was like, I had to I want to make sure that his mental health was, started off on a good point. Like, you see everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing some amazing, young people raising these little kids, all positively and having little conversations and treat them like little people, the independent people that they're going to grow up to be. They are. They just have to learn about the world around them. So I just wanted to do that. I didn't do that with my kids. I raised my kids more like my mother raised me, they went to school. Well, I was involved with them. I mean, I did their science projects and stuff together, but I didn't have time with them because I had to work all the time. And they were off at the babysitters all the time, then I, a single mother. So yeah, I wanted him, he's stuck with just his dad and us. Yeah, it's messed up.
I thought I was like right here, and then the next thing this was.
That's what I was talking about.
We need to fix you a shot.
What happened?
I need
a shot. Disappear?
Huh?
Did your drink disappear?
No, I went to go get another one, and I didn't see properly.
Poured herself half a glass of vodka, basically.
Yeah, pretty sure that's.
Was that what you intended to do?
No.
I'm kidding.
I just wanted to make another public service announcement about being an old person.
Okay, go for it.
So I shopped at Winn-Dixie this last week because that's where Bob likes to go now. All of a sudden, I don't know what the fucking deal is, but that's where we're having
to today.
Well, we have ship to do it because neither one of us want to go to the store. So now we're on the website. It took me a minute to put together that chicken and eggs go together, and that's why I can't find chicken because eggs are so expensive. I was like, why do I have to 8 pieces of fucking chicken when I only need 4? But then it was like, oh wait a minute, chickens. Okay, I got it. So now
they be dead.
Yeah, they're dead. Well, they're dead.
Lots of dead chickens.
I don't want the sick ones. But the other thing was I needed panty liners in the worst way. Oh.
I'm almost okay.
I have the panty liners I wanted. They have the kind for people who have very light bladder leaks, which is fine, but they're not the kind I like.
I need the overnights for the daytime.
No, I don't need that. And I did when I was heavier, but I don't need that now. The thing is with these little motherfuckers.
So now I'm fat. Okay.
Somehow, between the time I get them into the underpants and I get the underpants on, and then the next time I go to the bathroom, they are stuck to me and not the underpants. And I'm just
that hurts like hell.
At what point do they flip themselves in your underpants so that the adhesive is directly attached to your coolie? I'm trying to get what, how, and when.
You're ripping skin off when you do that. Hey. The dogs are agreeing.
Calm down.
Are they mad at each
other? Do they have to wear the female products too? Or does the dogs were agreeing.
Oh no, it's because I woke Patrick up and he needed to come close the door between here because I'm loud.
Because I didn't know he lived there.
Yes.
Man, he's just got a full house.
Well, that is a better place for him to be than where he was.
Oh, for sure. That's why we did it.
Well, that's wonderful, though.
He was in a bad place.
So when you can't see Steven, you've got Patrick there.
Yeah, but Steven's only 5 minutes away. I saw him today.
I know.
I need to jot a note down because I got to ask you something about giving something to Patrick that I have that I don't use that I have still up in the cabinet.
What is it?
It has to be private.
Can't say what it is.
Well, I'm sure he'll be happy whatever it is.
Well, never mind.
You tell me tomorrow when we're watching Downton Abbey.
That's right. Well, that's what I said. I'm writing a note down.
Oh, are you co-watching Downton Abbey together again?
Yeah. We watch it together. We have a standing date.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to, but I want to go back. I heard there's a show called I'm gonna mess it up, but the Duchess and something or other. It's on BBC also, and it's this lady solves mysteries or something, and it's one of my cousins that's my cousins. I'm really young compared to most of my cousins are really old. That made sense, and and she was bringing it up, and and they also have a new season of that All Creatures Great and Small or Bright and Beautiful, the James Herriot books. I don't have network
television anymore, so I don't know none of these.
Well, and
I wish I could get rid of all my television.
They actually put them on Hulu and Netflix, the reruns.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're watching Downton Abbey, that was on Channel 9.
Well, it's on Amazon Prime.
Well, yeah. But when I watched it, I think it was Netflix. And the one, because Hulu has more commercials. And Netflix, you could just
Unless you pay to not have the commercials.
What's that?
Unless you pay to have the commercials.
Yeah, we don't do that. So I only have Netflix because my sister put my kid on there. And Lydia. And then now we have it on our TV, so I still get to watch, what I. So what do you do about your kitty cats?
He's here. Cisco's with me. Kato's with Bob.
Yeah.
But I should have called him and I didn't tonight to tell him to bring Kato. When I wake up in the morning tomorrow, I'll call him because
is he coming tomorrow?
Yeah, he is. They're going to work on the van and put the solar lights in. He wants me to come up with him to Chris's, but I don't think I should go because today because I'm still on those antibiotics,
Right.
and it says you're not supposed to be in the sun, and I went
or
outside.
drink.
No, this is not to drink on them. It doesn't say that.
Oh, that's good.
Otherwise I wouldn't have, because I only have one more day, and I would have just not. I would have waited till Sunday. But I went outside for like a few minutes with him, and I was like, something's weird on my, because I had a t-shirt on or something, and my neck was weird. I was like, what the hell is that? And I had all these raised bumps on my neck.
No.
So the sun did something just in that little tiny bit of a few minutes that I was out there. So I'm going to tell him he can go up there. Because, I mean, honestly, this is what you do when you watch Bob and Chris work together, because they've known each other since they were in high school. They're like friends from when they were really young and shit.
So you don't really exist.
I don't exist, and they scream at each other and call each other names when they fuck things up, and then they blame each other for why something's not.
Yeah, you don't need to be there.
I don't want to watch. And he wanted to come back to Michelle's anyway afterwards and sleep here, not up there in the van. So
you see, those of us that like to have a lot of attention don't do well in those situations.
And then that way tomorrow I can go dismantle my nail station so I can bring it over here. And because I went home today and Stephen was like, I want to show you what I did. It's like I never existed in the house. The living room is completely empty, except for the nail station. Like, he got rid of my couch. This chair was over there, and he brought this up because he was going to throw it out on the street. I said, bitch, don't you dare.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty easy to do when he didn't buy it.
Well, Michelle bought it. It was hers. She gave it to me. I took it to my house, and it came right back here.
Yeah.
But I like
nice to me.
And it's an electric recliner, dude. Check it out.
Damn. I love those. Does it like lift you up so you can also like make you stand up when you can't, because we're old?
No.
Look at you. That's what I want.
Easy boy on it.
It's really nice, and then my cat likes it because he can sit, up here with me.
Exactly. So it's big enough.
That over, but I gotta get my nail station dismantled, and I told him I would do that this weekend. I bought a brand new TV and then got a divorce. How's that? So I had to
oh no.
He's got his whole game system out there, and now he's sitting in my game chair that I bought, playing his fucking video games in my fucking living room with my TV. He can't wait. They're like, yeah, get out, because I think that he thinks he's going to be making enough money next year that he won't need anybody. So
that's good. Steven?
Yeah. He did really good this year. He thinks he's going to double his income next year.
Well, let's hope he does.
Oh, I know he's going to. The one thing I know about my son is he's going to make a lot of money. Because Steve liked his whole life. And he came from two guys that were entrepreneurs that were very motivated.
And he paid attention?
And he just needed his why. He didn't know. And I knew, like, the music thing that he did shoved him into this thing with the camera. But I knew that music was not his passion because he didn't carry the shit around with him everywhere he went.
Right.
And when he picked up the camera was always in the car. Everywhere he went, he took the camera. And the one thing I thought he might do with Harm the World, the band, was he might become like a promoter, because he was, it's different than when we were kids. When you were going to play a show in a band, you set up your gig, you got paid, and you did your thing. When Steven was doing the band, he had to sell the tickets to the fucking show. And one time, the dummy drove off with the tickets on the top of his car and went down 52 in the middle of the night and called me up panicking. There's like $250 worth of tickets out on 52, and I don't know where I lost them.
Oh, no.
And I found the fucking tickets. In the middle of the goddamn night, I'm on 52, and I find the tickets. So it's not like
that's a good mom.
Yeah, that's why I told him you're only big. But so Stephen was really good at promoting the band, promoting himself, and I thought he might become a band promoter. But then he decided he took one photography class in high school, and then just decided that he really liked that. And the funny thing about that is that's what his biological father did for a living until he became a programmer.
Wow.
Yeah, that's funny.
With film, Jim took the pictures, and Jim developed the pictures and corrected them, and he was a darkroom guy.
Yeah, I miss that. We had that in elementary school. Our art class every year. We used to take pictures and we were allowed to develop them. We had a dark room and everything. It was
That's
Really
cool.
funny too is Steven's half brother is a photographer as well.
Oh, that's wicked.
Runs in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, Steve's gonna. I told him, I said, "Good, you need to make all that money so you can take care of mommy."
That'll be, I mean, nice to not have to worry about that property.
Well, we're going to rent the front half of it off, and he's trying right now to find somebody that he knows. Like he's talking to Blake to move into the front half, and we would rent it to them for like $15 a month.
But
So we'll see.
Is he still? Are they still in the smaller part or the
They're in the
regular
apartment.
part?
They're in the apartment.
Gotta get the rest.
So I'd want to spread out myself.
What'd you say, Gwen?
No, he just needs to empty the rest of the occupants of the house. That was all right.
Leon will be gone in May. That's what he said, right? May, maybe June. He's not going to be gone in February.
That's what it usually is.
Yeah.
Whatever he projects, add a little bit more on there, I guess.
I think he's getting it because, I mean, like I said, my living room is empty. There's no couch. There's no chair. He kept the coffee table because he's using that to put his shit on when he's out there playing his video games. I mean, I'm going to come there this weekend and dismantle the nail station. And then next week, I'm just going to start going through the clothes. Like, literally going to pull stuff out that I don't wear and throw that shit away. And just take what's left out of there and bring it all over here. Michelle gave me dresser. So, I talked to my therapist yesterday because we had that little hiatus because I didn't have insurance. And she asked me, because when she came back and I told her all the stuff that was happening, that I had basically moved in with Michelle and that Leanne and I were pretty much done. She was like, "What is happening?" Like, I don't. And she goes, "And you're so calm when you tell me the story. I almost don't know that you're my patient anymore because you're just so calm about it." And I said, "Well, first of all, I had a lot of time to like get used to the idea." And I said, and second of all, I had to make decisions, and Gwen's going to laugh when I say this part, but the other night I was laying in bed and I was reading Twilight again for like the millionth time. And so
he was right.
Here's the thing though, you need to look for the divine in a lot of different places. Not everything, especially when you're a pagan person, your message is from God. We don't have a book where you can open up the Bible and start looking at something. You got to look for it in all different places. And that Pagan Everyday book, as cheesy as some of the things are, shows you pop culture things that she found that were spiritual to her. So there is a whole part in there about when she figures out that there's something supernatural about him, and she's worried about, is she making the right decision to want to be with him? And so she took a whole day and she thought about weighed out all of the options about being with Edward. What is she going to do? And when she finally made the decision, the thing that was profound to me was the hard part was making the decision. That was really painful to her, was trying to figure out, what am I going to do? But once she made the decision, that was it. She wasn't going to change her mind. She's going to make the decision and she's going to barrel towards it, even if the decision was painful to her. So the way to understand it was, she knew her mother wanted to be with this other guy that she had married. And she knew that her mother couldn't travel with the guy because he was a baseball player if she was there because she was still in high school. And as
Right.
much as she wanted to live with her mom, she knew she needed to let her mom do what she needed to do. And she went to live with her dad. And it was painful, but she made the decision and that's where she went. And I was like, oh, fucking shit, look at that. It's a painful decision, but I got to do what I got to do. Just
Right.
like at the same time, I thought about how I've lived my life, my entire life, making decisions based on what other people might need from me. I did what my parents wanted me to do because I needed to stay close. I didn't want to move away from them because they might need me. And then I transferred all of that onto Steven and said, I can't leave Steven. And then all of a sudden one day I was like, but fucking Steven
They don't need us.
He's living his life. Why am I doing this? And so then it was like, okay, I'm ready to move to Missouri now. I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking go. Because even if I was at home, sitting in the fucking living room with him or in the house where he is, I don't see Steven. Even if I'm right there, he's in the apartment. Maybe he comes out and cooks something. Why can't I do this with Steven, what I'm doing right now? What the fuck difference does it make where I'm at?
I'm learning that slowly.
When I went over there today, and he was showing me all the stuff that he had done and how he cleaned up the backyard and did all of this stuff that he did. He even trimmed bushes. This motherfucker did some shit.
He's feeling ownership.
Well, yeah, but it ain't his house, and he needs.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But anyway, he looked at me at one point while I was in the backyard, and he goes, well, you can just go out this way. And it reminded me of what you said about go this way. He was like, you can just go out this back way. You don't have to go back through the house. I was like, oh, the bitch is ready for me to leave.
Yeah, you want to settle and get your stuff going too, because if he does end up having a child, you're gonna feel it'll be more natural that you already live somewhere else. It's really hard to leave that baby. I promise you.
That I would have. I mean, well, first of all, I would just do what Bob's sister-in-law does with her grandbaby, and that kid would be FaceTime me every day.
Yeah,
I would do some kind of FaceTime. Julie does it with Angus all the time. So I would FaceTime, and I mean, it's so much easier now than when we were little. Mm-hmm. You didn't. I mean, I would have loved to have. I mean, it wouldn't have loved it, but if I could have moved in 2020 instead of 1980, mm-hmm. where I could have had access to my friends on social media. And, the radio station, to be able to listen to my radio station from St. Louis down here.
Right.
Been awesome.
I get you.
Yeah.
That was painful.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
When I came to Florida, the music.
Like East Jesus.
The music they listened to was so crazy to me.
Yeah.
What is all this bullshit mixed in with Southern rock? I can't listen to fucking Leonard Skinner. Don't make me do it. Now I can, but then, I'm coming.
I actually like Southern rock, but
I liked all that stuff when I was younger, and now I don't listen to any of it. Don't care at all.
Now Southern rock is okay. I got hiccups. Now Southern rock is
you were so into your 80s.
It wasn't even that when I got here. It was. I listened to Dan Fogelberg. I listened to Dave Mason.
Oh, I love him.
I listened to Pure Prairie League. I listened to Mama's Pride, which no one knew here. No one knew that band.
Of course.
From St. Louis.
Right.
Still would cross over. Like every once in a while, I would hear a Missouri song come on the radio, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Because no one ever knew that shit. And then I slowly meandered into hair metal because I worked at a bank, and I met a girl, and she's like, oh, let me take you to this bar in Clearwater. And I walked into that bar, and then all these boys in spandex came in there with their fucking million bandanas down their microphone, and that was it. I was done.
You were converted.
I was converted immediately to Def Leppard and Van Halen, and that was the end of it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is the reason why we didn't have any knowledge of the music, the local and regional music up there, is because the population is so sparse in Florida in the 70s and the early 80s. I mean, literally, because we have that huge swath from the border of Georgia all the way down to Gainesville, coming from the Midwest, that there was nothing. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not broadcasting radio from radio to radio down to the cities down
no,
here. We had
it
our
was,
own music and anything that was
yes,
nationally syndicated.
yes.
So that's
So
all there was. So that's why we never heard of any of that.
the thing is when I first started dating Leon, like in 2000, Leon and I went to Nebraska, and then we stopped in a couple of bars and shit that he knew, that he, from his little town. It was this little shitty fucking town in Nebraska, like 6,000 people. And they had like 12 bars in this little fucking town. And
Sounds normal.
every single bar we went into, when I went up to the jukebox, had the best fucking music. And not like the stuff from down here. It was the stuff, there were bands that I knew from Missouri.
Right.
And I asked Leon about it because he was in the radio industry. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is the best music. And he said, because this is where they test all the shit.
Hmm.
It will do well in the Midwest. It will do well at other places.
Yeah.
It was really kind of
It's because
cool.
we good. We know.
I mean, a lot of them,
So
a lot of people tested well in Missouri, but didn't do anything else. But I just saw recently that Mama's Pride did a whole nother fucking concert series.
Yeah.
I would just, I mean,
You'd be
they're all,
dying to go see that, wouldn't you?
oh my God. I
So
would
would I.
actually,
I've never seen them in
I
live.
didn't either because I was too young.
Yeah, me too.
But I still, I put it on every once in a while. Like I'll do a Casey Sunday for Bob, and I'll just put all this
Yeah.
shit. And he's like, I
Well,
don't know.
Kim loves Mama's Pride. He's got their music. I mean,
It,
and I never bought it. I just I'm more of a I listen to it on the radio, and if I really loved it, something, I would go and buy it. And then I just got to a point where I was like, I don't play it enough. You
I think
know.
when we got to St. Louis and we stayed at Scott and Laura's, and he got to go downstairs in that basement, and Scott
He,
had the music playing for him. Had a whole new appreciation
for
for.
what you grew up with.
Yep.
Well, in the chair.
That chair. That's what I was just going to say. He sat in that fucking chair, and he was like, I ain't getting out of this.
I honestly, I could have stayed there all night.
Scott is cool as fuck, man. Every time I come to St. Louis,
yeah.
The minute that I get in that driveway, he pops on music from our childhood, and it's playing the entire house.
So
I got there. That's what I heard. Mama's Pride. As soon as I walked in the door, they were playing Mama's Pride. Yeah.
Did that not make you cry, or were you just excited?
I just would get excited, and I think it's just such a wonderful thing that It's
making me get verklempt.
It's just really sweet, that he thinks.
Well, they're just really cool people. I really felt like, even though I really could not place Laura, I just felt like I knew those
older
people.
than us, almost by she was born in 1960, but her birthday is the last day of February, like when it's leap year, not now. So it's like March 1st, but
so she's like a year ahead of us, except for the leap year thing.
No, because February, it's almost like she was born in 1960 and I was born in 1961, but she was born in fucking February and I was born in December. It's like 2 years.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, we lost Gwen. Or no, we lost Kristen. She's on that little.
Lose me.
No, you're there. See, that happens. I'll take her out of the dynamic and then I'll bring her back when she comes back.
I'm just tired as hell, man. I don't think I slept any more than 4 hours yesterday.
Why?
Because it was paycheck day, and the stupid paycheck company likes to. I'm gonna have to move locations. Someone's coming to bed.
I'm back.
So when are you gonna come see me? When do you want to do the notary thing?
I don't know what's going on with that yet. So I just talked to her the other night, and she said that we might be able to do it before she leaves. She might be able to just go with me to the office.
When is she leaving?
To the DMD. We don't know yet. She sent off her actual. She had to send off her actual diploma, the original diploma that she got from the school, from her university, and a whole bunch of paperwork, and get it. It's apostilled. It's not. It's some sort of government type of notary that federalizes it so she can use it in another country. I don't know. They have to like make sure the accreditation is proper. So like Korea wants to know that her accreditation is actually a real school. So they're
Oh,
federalizing it in a way to prove that it's,
okay.
a real diploma and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So then she has a passport. She's had one for a while. And then she has a recruiter that's helping her negotiate. She's accepted a contract and they give her an apartment. It's part of the contract. There's, because all the American teachers over there, they try to keep them all together in one building kind of thing. So they, have peeps. And yeah, she's going to be in Seoul
So explain
somewhere.
something to me. I thought she was a dental hygienist. How did she become a teacher?
No, she wasn't a dental hygienist. She's a front office person. She
Oh,
does all the front office work
Excuse me.
for an orthodontist, actually.
okay.
Wait, let me move locations. But what were we? I was
There he
saying something.
is.
I forgot.
Yeah, boom boom
Disco
kitty.
Spot.
Boom boom kitty.
He's so cute.
Oh yeah, I was up late last night. No, because then like the company decides they want to put the paycheck in our bank and give it a date of the actual payday and let it sit there pending in our faces for 2 days until it
Cool.
drops direct
Well,
deposit.
with the one I'm doing.
And direct deposit drops at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I go to sleep and then I set my alarm and get up. And then I move all the money, make it all disappear to the bills and where it needs to go,
Yeah.
and then go back to bed. And then the cat wakes me up at 7 o'clock in the morning, screaming her full head off because she swears she thinks she's going to die if I don't get out of bed at exactly 7 a.m. and bring her food.
Food. The food.
I had to learn how to not feed the cats unless it was their time to eat. I kept food on the floor all the time for them, but now Cisco eats 2 times a day, sometimes three. It just depends. And the last time I went to the vet was very pleased because he was the perfect weight, and I thought he was too thin. It was so funny. I'm like, he's
Yeah.
too thin, isn't he? She was like, no, he's perfect.
No, they need to be between
Oh.
8 and 11 pounds.
He weighs
Well,
11
depending on the
was he was less.
Yeah,
bones
depending.
of your cat. Yeah.
Yeah, because my Wizzy, they told me she's just big. She's just a big tomcat, and she
Pandora times blood
started
was
at 13
almost 20
pounds.
pounds.
Yeah, this one is 19 something now.
Wow.
Wizzy. Well, the pandemic. As soon as the pandemic hit, there was no more wet food.
That
Every
was really
I,
hard.
I had to buy big bags of dry food, my vet
Wow. We
constantly
still have
says
food
you
here.
cannot exercise weight off a cat. You have to take them off the carbs.
Yeah.
So they have to go on wet food
And plus,
only.
the wet food's better for them for their urinary tract too.
Right, they get more water. Yeah, so it's just so
Water in the food.
expensive. For 3 cats, it costs me $150 a month just to keep them in food.
So he
That's
drinks
crazy.
Hoya's water and Yamayas all the time.
No, the Fancy Feast is 3-ounce cans, and they have to get 2 cans
He's drinking my
each a day because they're only
Is
about
that
$100
all they'll
a
eat?
can.
Or?
No, the doc said, well, yeah, as far as the food, anything else is horrible food for them. Fancy
He had
Feast is
big
about
bells.
a really good standard for most cats.
I heard the bells ring.
Yeah.
Anything else underneath Fancy Feast is like Meow Mix, and everybody knows that's garbage or store brand
Yeah.
or generic of some
I
sort.
just realized
I
today
just like for the when I first got Felix, the lady that rescued him,
look at that!
she was giving him
I
Merrick,
didn't know that. It's
I
and
never heard of
Merrick
that.
is like, it was a really, really good food. Like the vet was going, ew, well, we recommend science, whatever. And I was like, well, look up Merrick, because I knew this lady, that rescued, all kinds of dogs and cats and whatever.
They all promote Hill Science Diet because it makes
Cavalier,
money.
whatever.
That's really
St.
what
Charles Cavalier dogs, whatever. I guess was her big rescue, but she always did cats her whole life too. And I was like, she's not going to buy anything that's not like the best. And so the vet looked, she's like, ooh. It was like, it was actually better than what she was recommending. And but Kim was like, my husband was like, that's pretty hefty, you know, the
It
price.
is.
And
The prices on, they're almost $1 a can now, and that I can buy a pack of 24 or 30 for like $24. But there's 6 cats, or I mean, there's 6 cats. There's 3 cats, so that's 6 cans a day because each can is only about 100 calories.
oh yeah,
So, and if he
yeah,
wants them to lose weight, and they're right now they're used to having 350 to 400 calories in dry food. So, if he wants them to lose weight, then they've got to
yeah,
go back to 2 cans and only get 200 calories a day. So I have to feed them spaced out all day to keep them from feeling like they're not eating because they're
right,
used to eating and being
yeah.
needing more
Well,
calories to maintain this weight. So
well
once I got to start affording $150 worth of cat food a month, then I can
yeah,
get them on that all the time and just give them some little bit of dry treats in the afternoon.
You know,
And
he gets it on Sunday. Sunday he gets cereal. That's what I tell him. He can have
ah,
dry food.
cereal.
That's what I call it, dry food cereal.
yeah.
Oh,
He ate
he
a
gets.
hole in the bag of the fucking dry food at Bob's house.
Oh my gosh, because he wanted it so bad.
Yep, and then he was in
I
here
don't know why they want it.
today.
I have
Because
dreams that
it's
my
fatty.
cats do that. I don't know why. I
Probably
have
because it's
dreams
rich.
that
Just
the
a few
food's
years
coming out of the
ago,
bag.
with my first set of cats, the vet said that that's what they should all be on was dry food because it was better for their teeth. And then when I got this guy, she asked me
Yeah.
what I'm feeding him, and I told her, and she said, "Nope, don't do that anymore. Just give him the wet food."
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
that's
my doc
Jackson
said.
Galaxy goes by the cat from Hell guy.
Yeah,
He goes by in nature everything is meat, which has liquid blood, whatever. And but it's like affording it wise, we I said we're gonna have to do, I give them um like like a little, not a fourth of a scoop. It's like a half of a an eighth, I guess, of a cup of the dry, and then I give them like I cut like a Friskies can type size can
yeah,
into 8 servings, I think it is, and then just give them a little slice of that to go with it. Which my slices tend to get bigger. Um, but I mean, he's actually now, since Ivy's moved out, he's lost a lot of weight because he was eating her food all the time because she was a grazer, you know.
well, that's what I did with most of my cats. But this vet talked me out of it. And after I
Yeah.
went through all the stuff I did with the other cats, I was like, no, I'm going to do this
Yeah.
right. Oh, she
Yeah.
we've reached the free plan limit, so we got to go.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's good to
That's
see
fine. I'm
everybody.
Yep.
gonna finish working and go to bed.
I will see you tomorrow, Gwen.
Okay.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Night. Bye.
Night. Love y'all.
Love you.
Love you.